So, dear viewers, the EPC warning light has appeared on the dashboard. And of course, one of the first questions that will come to mind is, can you drive the car or should you drive the car at all? Well, in this video, we're going to try and answer that question. I'm going to tell you a situation from my personal experience in the hope that it will help. So stay tuned.
DespairRepair.com.
Now, for all of our viewers that don't perhaps know what the EPC light stands for and what's the purpose of it, EPC stands for Electronic Power Control. And it has the purpose of warning you that there is something wrong with the electric or electronic systems in your car. All of those systems are monitored by the car's computer, and when something is wrong, then it signalizes it by the warning light on the dashboard. This warning light is characteristic for VW group cars, Volkswagen group cars. So if you drive a Volkswagen, if you drive a Skoda, Audi or Seat perhaps, then this video applies to you. But even if you have a car from another manufacturer, lots of manufacturers have similar warning systems, then this video might help also. Now, as in most of these videos, I would just like to say a sort of disclaimer. Whenever we make these kinds of videos, we always say this disclaimer. And the purpose is to tell you that this is, of course, and obviously, is not a solution to the problem. An EPC light, a check engine light, some sort of strange sound or something like that, check it out as soon as possible. The best thing to do is to stop driving the car, make an inspection, drive your car to a mechanic and try to solve the problem. These videos, rather, since we made a series of these videos, have one sole purpose, and that is to help you if you get yourself in a situation where you are on a trip in the middle of the road, okay? Perhaps you desperately need the car for an emergency. You have to just make a short trip to take the kids to school, to get to your job, to save your job perhaps, and so on. That's in those cases. So all in all, what you're going to hear and see in this video has only the intention of temporarily helping you and as a first aid measure. So dear viewers, let's take it from the top. Can you drive a car with an EPC light? It depends. I'm sorry to say, but there is no conclusive answer in these situations. There is a conclusive answer, and that is no. As I mentioned, when you have this kind of problem, it is best not to drive the car at all. But again, let's say that you need the car. Well, in that case, I would recommend doing this. First of all, start the engine and listen to the engine, okay? If you notice any kind of changes regarding how the engine runs, if there is a rough idle, if there is sputtering of the engine, if you notice a smell of fuel coming from the exhaust or something like that, if you notice any kind of irregularity regarding how the engine runs, don't drive the car. Especially don't drive the car if you notice a hesitation when you press the gas pedal. If you were to put the car into gear, the engine might bog down. And if you notice any of this, I would recommend not driving the car at all. In these cases, you may have a problem with with some sort of sensor, you may have a problem with a dirty throttle body, and all in all, you may be in a situation where the car is simply not safe to drive. Remember this, if you are persistent to drive the car, you may get in situations where you get on the road, you press the gas pedal and there will be no acceleration. You may go into limp mode and not be able to drive the car at all. All in all, in these cases, it is a big risk to drive. And again, I don't recommend driving at all. The other situation might be if you have some sort of electronic problem or electric problem. There is a difference that doesn't have instant consequences. For instance, you have a problem with low alternator voltage, or you have a bad battery problem, but it's not causing problems immediately. It just triggered the light, but you can continue driving. You managed to start the car, the alternator has low voltage, and you can drive the car for some time. In those cases, I would recommend to drive the car. You can drive the car for some time. Just know that you have a limited amount of time. In most cases, if the battery is bad and if the alternator can't recharge the battery properly, you are essentially running on batteries, on the car battery. And after, let's say, especially with today's cars that have a ton of electrics and electronics on them, you will deplete the battery very, very soon. Okay, so I think in a matter of, especially if you have to turn on the headlights during night driving or something like that, then the battery will go flat in a matter of, I don't know, 20 or 30 kilometers at best. So in these situations, you can drive the car, but you must be aware of the limitations. I would also recommend, besides this, if you decide to drive the car, okay, you've made the assessment that you can and you want to try to drive the car. First, if you have the time and you have the possibility, make a test drive before you hit the highway or before you hit some sort of high-speed driving, before you try any kind of overtaking on a 2-lane road, for instance. Go on, if you have the possibility, on the parking lot in front of your building, on the driveway, any place where there's not much traffic. Try to make a test drive. EPC problems are very characteristic by one more thing. That is, they may appear when the engine starts gaining working temperature. It may start when you hit a pothole or something like that. It may start in higher revs. There's all sorts of scenarios. I would recommend first making a test drive of some sort. Make a couple of kilometers or miles around the block. And then if you see if everything is okay, combined with what I've told you, try driving the car. Now, dear viewers, I'm going to tell you a situation that I had with the Skoda and the EPC light. And I think it's a very good example of how you should be very careful when judging these kinds of situations. Now, I made a separate video specifically on this topic where I tell the story about my situation with the throttle body and the Skoda. I'll leave a link in the corner and in the video description so you can take a look. Anyway, to tell you a short resume, I had a problem with the throttle body, the electronic part of the throttle body. That would trigger the EPC light. After that, automatically the check engine light would come on. After that, the ASR light. This all happens in a couple of seconds, and then the car goes into limp mode. The engine starts working at 1500 RPMs, I think, and after that, you press the gas pedal, nothing happens, and the car is undrivable. How I solved the problem: to get on the road. Again, since we were in the middle of travel, I pulled to the side of the road. I turned off the ignition key, got out, took off the minus battery clamp, waited for, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes, returned the minus battery clamp, started the car, and I could drive again. But after a couple of days, the same thing happened. And after some investigating, I concluded that the throttle body was the problem, and I replaced it, and thank goodness the problem never appeared. What's important for this video: if you have a problem like this where the car goes into limp mode, best don't drive the car, since you'll have a situation that I had. In my case, this problem previously happened once and the car did not go into limp mode. It could be drivable. So I decided, since I needed the car, to make the trip. It was a 50-kilometer trip, and it was going through cities in town, so if anything could happen, I could call a tow service. And I made that decision, and I went onto the road. But after that, the car went into limp mode, and if I didn't know what to do, I would be essentially left stranded. I would either have to call a tow service, perhaps this could have happened in the middle of the night, and I could have had a lot more trouble. Have this in mind, okay? If you can, remember this story always and try to make a good decision. You know, electrics and electronics on the car are very, very, how should I put it? It's a very characteristical thing. 1 minute, everything can be fine. The other minute, the car can stop running. And again, all of these things can happen during overtaking, going on an uphill. It can happen in the middle of the night, as I mentioned, on demanding roads, and you can get yourself easily into trouble. You heard in this video that I took off the minus battery clamp and got myself out of trouble regarding the limp mode and the EPC light and everything else. If you come across the idea to do this also, be careful. Be aware mainly of what car you are driving. If you drive a car packed with more technology, if you drive a more expensive car, if you drive a car that has more complicated systems and more computers on them, I would not recommend doing this, okay? I did it on the Skoda because it's in a car with older technology. It has one computer and the whole system is resilient to this kind of restart. If you do it on a more technologically advanced car, then you can, I don't know how to say this properly in technological terms, you can jam the system. The system will not be able to reboot and you can cause lots of problems. So please be aware of this if you want to take off the minus battery clamp. What I would also like to mention, if you drive a car from the VW group, 3 things I would recommend checking first if you have an EPC problem. First of all, check the battery condition. Second, check the alternator voltage. Both of these you can do with a multimeter. And the third thing would be to check the condition of the throttle body. Lots of times, the EPC light is caused by a filthy throttle body, which you can simply clean and solve the problem, okay? This doesn't have to be the cause, but again, these are, in my opinion, the most common reasons for this problem on these kinds of cars. So, dear viewers, that's it for this time. We hope the video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. If you find the time, watch our other videos that should help in simple car maintenance and to have an easier life with your car. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.